Hello Leos, welcome to your monthly tarot reading for the month of March 2015. Now I recorded this earlier, that video didn't come through, so I have the cards laid out. I have the Two of Swords in the reverse position as your crowning energy. And let's talk about that first. The Two of Swords in the reverse position indicates that this is a time in which you have full information at your disposal, so you can go ahead and run with it. However, what I would advise is, this is a very airy energy, and we have the King of Swords also in, underneath it. What I would say is, move forward with objectivity, okay? This is a time for you to touch bases, to cover all your bases, and at the same time ask questions, ask follow-up questions, behave as if you're the prosecutor. Ask all those important questions in order for you to move forward, because what I'm sensing is a lot of you, and this is coming up in the at the beginning of the spread, so it's telling me a lot of you, like decision time is happening right now, and you're going to go into it like head first without all the preparation, without proper gear, without proper equipment, and you're diving into it head first, okay? So please don't do that. The energy is telling you, it is decision time, but at the same time, slow down, get all the equipment together. This is the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse position, which is not a, I would say, by itself, without the World here, it's not a good card to get in the reverse position, just because it tells me timing is not right. So what I'm reading this as is, it can be two ways. It can manifest in two ways, and I hope that, one of these ways would resonate with you. So either one, you feel as if you have all the information, and you're basically provoked to action without all the information that you need. There's a lot of information floating around out there, but the information that you really need, you don't have yet. And yet at the same time, you're gonna go for it, which is not a really good thing for you long term, okay? So the second way in which this could come out is, you have all the important information that you need, and you're going to go dive in head first. However, it's telling me to tell you to slow down, because the Wheel of Fortune, what it is that you have to plan this out very meticulously to get the outcome that you wish. All right? So corroborating with this is the King of Swords, which is a very discerning energy. And like I said, ask those important questions, ask all the nitty-gritty detail, because those things are going to be very instrumental in you getting the outcome that you prefer. So the Wheel of Fortune deals with like a lot of karma. It's also dealing with when the Wheel of Fortune is inverted, it means like the opportunity to resolve issues from your past is definitely there. So in light of this, a lot of new information have surfaced regarding people, work situation, friendships, or whomever you've been dealing with, and where there wasn't like full access to information from your part. This is telling me that situations from the past need to be dealt with so that you can move forward, okay? So if you look at this Knight of Wands, I'm reading this as you guys, male or female. This is you guys. It's reversed, so the person is moving forward rather than resolving issues from the past, and the Wheel of Fortune is telling you, A, slow down, and then two, you have this really good opportunity to resolve issues from the past. Therefore, it's really important for you to cycle back, like go back, so that you can resolve those issues. And in the process of resolution, you actually have a lot more knowledge, you're a lot more prepared to tackle things in the future. So I would definitely say, Wheel of Fortune, the reverse position, there's definitely been like miscommunication, misinformation, and also, lack of access to good, important information in the past that definitely needs to be dealt with before you can proceed, okay? So in situations like this, I would imagine this is also, backward looking as well. So let's see here. Well, if you're dealing with an air sign as well, if a lot of you have been like in work situation, friendships, relationships with an air sign, this is definitely, you know, if you've had like a falling out especially, this is a situation that will allow you to, you know, for that cycle to, for that opportunity to open up in order for you both to reconcile, okay? Because I feel that within the recent past, you know, the person might not have been honest, or there might have been like miscommunication, and now the cycle is the opportunity, the door is open for you to resolve this issue so that you can move forward with your life and, you know, enjoy the abundance that is out there. So you can like it will actually provide a lot of healing for you to move forward so that you're not dragged down by, you know, emotional baggage from the past, okay? And this itself is it's a situation in which, okay, so for those of you who have had that situation in the past, you're like so anxious to leave it all behind you and move forward. This is actually telling you that no, there's something else you're supposed to learn. So looking at the past and shedding light on it and really analyzing it in a very objective way would be beneficial for your growth in general. So if it is a work project, it's definitely, you know, like I feel that if it is a work situation, it's going to benefit you really, really greatly to take a look back at this past situation that hadn't worked out, and then even like even like I would say reintroducing projects from the past that has never worked out, because now the time is right for them to, you know, be implemented in the real world. So, you know, take that into account as well. If it's a project at work or a work relationship that didn't work out in the past, the avenues are now open for them to be re-implemented in the current situation, okay? Especially for this month. Okay, so let's move on to the next card. We have the Four of Swords in the reverse position. So this is also indicative of decision time, you know, the period of mourning, of rest, of, I guess, restocking is over. So now it's time for action, okay? So I would say please, please, please take the opportunity to resolve past issues so that come the middle of the month you can be in this situation where you feel like really equipped to move forward, okay? So that period of rest, that period of that cycle of like conflict resolution and all of that is actually ending, and you're going to have to move forward and you're going to hit the ground running. That's what I'm sensing with the energy here. So you're going to hit the ground running. So it's really important for you to I guess like be well equipped in order for this kinetic energy to kick in the second half of the month. Is very vital for you to get all the rest that you need, because you're going to be very, very busy, okay? You're going to be in high demand as well, is what I'm sensing. Well, this card fell out. Let's put it in the end. Okay, very nice. So I was touching the deck, that card fell out, so let's leave that there and talk about that in a little bit. Okay, so next to the Four of Swords in the reverse position, we do have the World, which is a really, really abundant, very optimistic card. This is a card of expansion, but at the same time, this is what I also told the previous sign too. This is about expansion, but within the right framework, okay? So establishing that framework first, the wreaths and the laurels and all of that, and then expand within the framework that you want, okay? But it's very important to have that basis first, and then know like where to channel your energy so that you're concentrated, but you're still like expanding, rather than being like overreaching yourself, expanding past your limits, okay? So I hope that makes sense. So it's really important not to expand yourself past your limits just because the Wheel of Fortune is in the reverse position and it's on top of this card. That would be like detrimental to this abundant energy that is coming in this year. It would be like wasting it, and it would be like yeah, throwing away like good opportunities, I guess, because you're scattered too wide, like you're too you're stretched beyond your limits. You don't want to do that. And I do feel though, a lot of you are actually going to take on more than you can handle. So this deals with sleepless nights, and this is it could be a lot of anxiety regarding projects, regarding people, regarding relationships. The way that I'm seeing this play out within an interpersonal relationship is that somebody might have been like very harsh with their words. Somebody you're dealing with on, some type of like interpersonal relationship capacity is being very hurtful with their words. I feel though they might be critical of you underneath the King of Swords. They might be very critical of you, and I just want you to know, keep in mind, this is showing up in the upright position. So they're really trying to structure your life. They might appear as really bossy and kind of like demeaning and kind of like condescending, just the way they are. But they're really trying to help you. They're trying to help you like shape your world so that you're not stretching yourself too thin, okay? So keep that in mind. It's all in the spirit of like good faith. At the same time, another way that this could play out is you're just so busy with new things. And like I mentioned, it's like there are going to be a lot of movements and a lot of expansion, a lot of busyness creeping up on you. You might not be able to get enough sleep, okay? But overall, get over the anxiety and, meditate if you have to. Do something to get enough sleep, because it's going to be a really busy second half of the month. On top of that, you might be a little clumsy too, so be really careful about that, okay? So like I said, this guy also is looking back. So the period for looking back and resolving past issues is the beginning of the month. So March 1st to the 15th, okay, the second half of the month is for you to leave this behind so you can move forward. So there's no use in looking back, and be really careful about, being clumsy as well, being too reckless, and then, like I said, stretching yourself too thin and then going into situations ill-equipped to deal with the whatever that brings up, okay? So the last one I have is the Knight of Cups, which is a really, really nice energy. So for those of you who, so for the women out there who might encounter like a water sign, I would say it's a really good, very good energy. And if it is a romantic situation, I feel like you're going to be almost swept off your feet. But at the same time, you're very hesitant, you're very skittish about this new person. So you're like resisting it, which is good. It's good to be careful. For those of you, like the males watching this, if you are if you're interested in a water sign, this is also a month for you to go for it, but I would definitely say do it at the end of the month, okay? Don't do anything from the 1st to the 15th, because the energy is just not conducive for that. All right, so let's see if there's anything else I've left out. Okay, so I just want to say, and this is coming up, so this is in a work situation, okay? It's really important for you to think back if you've heard like advice from somebody in the past. They've always given out good advice, and you've never taken their advice seriously, because it's one of those people that they just talk and they give advice unsolicited. It's actually a good time for you now, this month, especially from the 1st to the 15th of the month, to go back and like have a second look with that person and see what they have to say. Because I feel like this man or woman, air sign, has very good advice, and the delivery is wrong, so then you weren't receptive to getting the advice in the past, but now he or she is coming around, and it's actually a good opportunity for you to take heed of what is being said, okay? Because they're very objective and they can help you a lot, all right? So let me know how this plays out in your life. Please like, share, subscribe, and additionally, if you would like a private reading, please shoot me an email at temperatestar@gmail.com. The information can be found in the little box below the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll try to be back with next week with the love reading, all right? So have a good March.